Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of Eldura. We're so happy that you're here. So Jonathan and I are going through a one-on-one version or just campaign of Descent into Avernus. And so in case it's interesting to you, we are using different names than are in the book. So technically we have just gotten to Avernus and Elturel for our world. We are in the Negative Planes and Beacon. So now you know all the things you need to know.
Yes, and our stream is brought to you today by one of our wonderful adventures, the Swamplands Witch. This is a dark and moody kind of experience that we thought would be appropriate for ushering in the beautiful autumn season. Right now, we're running a 50% discount on this special witchy title on our in our shop at dndduet.com/shop. And you got to check it out. It would be especially appropriate with Tasha's Cauldron of Everything coming out soon, I think. Additionally, I'm going to show this real quick because I think this art is super pretty. Here we go. Art. There it is. We've bundled a couple of our other kind of dark and atmospheric duets that are on DM's Guild in the Dark Forest Duets bundle, and so we heavily encourage you all to go check it out. So that's what's bringing our stream to you today. But additionally, honey, do you want to tell our patrons how wonderful they are?
I do. Can I plug one other adventure really fast?
You can. It's your show.
Okay. So we also just released the Hardly Haunted Library, which is a really fun, short, pretty concise adventure that takes place, as you might imagine, in a library that is mildly haunted. But if you are a scaredy cat like me and can't handle scary Halloween things, this might be right up your alley. Or if you're just looking for a fun, short adventure. So it's also, it's just $1 on our website. So again, dndduet.com/shop. You can find it there. We have all of these special autumn promotions on a blog post on our site. So if you go to dndduet.com/autumn-adventure, you'll find it there. Honey, can we put a link to that in the comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
We'll have a link for that in the comments for you. Also, our stream is sponsored and inspired by and continuing with the encouragement of our amazing patrons. We appreciate your all's support and interaction so much. It's really fun for us to get to talk to you about our stream and kind of play test a couple of things like witchy sidekicks, as well as just hang out with you guys in the chat. So for friends in chat, hello, thank you for being here. And for those watching this later, thank you for joining us too. We're happy that you're here whenever you arrive.
Yeah. Honey, is it time for the Gareth thing?
I think so. I feel like we forgot something. What do you think it was? I don't know. We can thank Roll20 really fast for the lovely. We're using the really cool one of their the special Avernus maps today, and then the music by Tabletop Audio is always super appreciated, and I never remember to thank them as often as I should. So, Tabletop Audio, I'm so sorry, and thank you. Okay, now Gareth, I think that we are ready for you.
Pink Sparkles told us that we usually plug the book, and so.
We do. Yeah. It's right here. I have both of them.
Yeah, we've got
We wanted to mix it up just a little bit.
And Aurora, both wonderful, beautiful fantasy novels by our... To me, she's my honey DM. To you, she's just the DM. I guess
the regular DM.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Pink. Is it Pink Sparkles?
Pink Sparkles J.
I love it so much.
Isn't that amazing? Okay. When last we played, Gareth and the party descended down into the negative planes atop the glorious Phoenix Feldspar. unceremoniously dropped into the streets of the fallen city of Beacon. The party found themselves surrounded in a place at once to Gareth familiar and unfamiliar. The city that he'd grown up in, rendered, shattered, and infernal and terrible. We decided, after getting our bearings a little bit, to make our way towards the High Hall. It's in this area. We were aiming at one of the bridges that I wrote down. We were heading for the Elona's Eye Bridge when we ran across a pair of Beacon survivors pursued by horrible fiends with snake beards. We dispatched them after a nice little fight and then we continued our way to the bridge. And when we got to the bridge, we saw it secured by other forces of infernal fiery foes, and we called upon the lingering light of Elona to come to us in our moment of aid and smite our foes on the bridge. I think we were mid-smite when we paused. Honey, I gotta say, Pink Sparkles J just told me in the chat that they read both of your books and loved them.
Oh, thank you. That just probably made my day. Thank you so much. The second one is almost done. So it'll be coming out in December. But thank you. That's so sweet. I really appreciate that. Also, honey, watching you trying to fold that map is so...
I told you this campaign was going to be hellish.
Fold a map on Twitch without misfolding it. Dun, dun, dun. Look how impressive you are. Okay. So I did realize the thing that I forgot, which was your fancy bridge map.
Yes.
So I'm so sorry. But... Oh, wait, did I get you to the right thing? Oh, I did. Okay.
Let's see. Let's pull up this.
I'm on the wrong layer.
This looks like...
This looks familiar.
The prison break.
Don't worry, it won't in like 1 second. I'm so sorry, everybody. All right, so
incredible time when Gareth's shield put up a wall of fire to protect their retreat from Lucian's dungeons.
Honey, can I ask you a Roll20 question really fast?
I might know the answer.
Okay, so well, our tokens, because we had them here earlier, are they going to retain their old stats or their current stats? Do you know how that works?
I don't think that.
Does it matter?
I mean, we're using D&D Beyond for all the stat stuff, so I don't think it would matter.
Okay.
The DMing on the fly fun.
No, I was prepared.
I know you were. This is how it goes down.
Polygon line. Oh, hold shift. Okay. Shift. Line. Oh. Oh my gosh. No. All right, we're just going to pretend that the bridge is solid. Okay, so when we left off, sorry, a bridge 20 feet wide and more than 100 feet long spans the chasm. Holy runes etched into the stonework of the bridge indicate that the structure has been concentrated in the name of Ilona. goddess of light. No, I'm sorry, Titan of light. 6 infernal creatures stood guard at the center of the bridge, scanning in all directions, when, Gareth, you bravely prayed to the goddess, and 4 of them died on the bridge on the spot, which was really cool. Well, did you roll a perception check for me before? Did I tell you what the things are?
Nope. Looking in the chat history, it does not look like I have rolled a perception check before, but I will roll one for you now.
Thank you.
Here we go. Perception. First roll of the night. By the,
Dun, dun, dun.
By the flame in the forge, I wonder what's going on over there. Ooh, I rolled a gentleman's 7.
Okay.
Plus 4.
What about with your bonus?
So that's a total of 12. 13. Wait. Hold on, it's been a long day. That's 11. 7 plus 4 is and has always been 11.
Nice. Okay.
I like how 11 gets a nice.
It was a pretty low DC. You just need to be 10. So, Gareth, you can see right now they started, we're going to say 50 feet away from you, so we'll get this scale fixed in just 1 second. 2 bearded devils remain, though they both look rather wounded after the kind of walloping that they just took from the divine energy. So they yell and they start running towards you. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Fools. How dare they charge a warrior of light. Ooh, Gareth rolled a 19. Hot.
Nice.
Ooh, Tessina rolled a 16.
Cool. The first bearded devil rolled an 11, and the other one rolled a 20. And get rid of old Gareth and Tessina. And let me roll for Evelyn really fast. Oh my gosh, Evelyn rolled in that one.
I rolled a nat 20 on my initiative, and I only got 19 because I have a -1. And then Evelyn rolled a 1. It's going to be an interesting ride tonight.
I think it's going to be fine. What's wrong with your 19?
No, I mean a nat 20. It's good. I rolled a nat 20 for my second roll.
Oh, I forgot about your 7. Okay, so 50. Oh, I almost had them in the right place. Gareth, I am going to say, okay, so Bearded Devil number 1, let me make sure I have the right dude, okay, is going to run forward, and you can't quite tell if he is trying to just get off the bridge or if he's trying to come kill you. Once he gets closer, it becomes pretty clear that he is interested in killing you while he's at it. But so he's going to, I think he's going to go ahead and close. Action movement style. So that's his turn. And he's brandishing one of those terrible glaives with the weird, complicated damage that we will remember and keep track of this time.
I don't like those glaives. Okay. Is it my turn?
It is. I'm so sorry. It is your turn.
So he's stopped. He's still standing. He's at the edge of the bridge, right?
Yes. Yeah, because you did the prayer right at the edge of the bridge, right?
Sure.
Okay, so see where the other one is?
Mm-hmm.
The bridge continues 50 feet beyond that. So right around him are several spine devils that are dead. And I can fix the... While you take your turn, I will fix the polygons.
Well, if I can, then what he's going to want to do is... I don't know how much of a guard this bridge has, but Gareth wants to step forward. He's going to make an attack with his... he's got his Vulcan-blessed hammer, and then he's going to use his Shield Master feat to try to shove Homie off the bridge.
Okay, sorry. So the one problem with that... let me just move this one line then. Cool.
Is the middle part like a median? The middle part's like a median?
No, it just wasn't wide enough. Now it is. Does that work for you?
Perfect. Can Gareth roll his attack? Okay, so Gareth is going to swing at the devil for 17 to hit for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And is this and then you're making your shove attack?
Correct. So the 17 would... Let me see.
Wait, I'm sorry. So does your Shield Master trait allow you to do that as a bonus action?
That's correct.
Got you. Okay. That's where I was getting confused. I'm sorry. A 17 hits, so 8 points of bludgeoning damage. This bearded devil and his purple and orange... I'm sorry, his purple and greenness looks rough.
And he needs to make a... I think it's a strength check.
He very impressively rolled an 11.
Okay, let me roll my strength check. Well, I rolled a 9, so ain't that the way it goes.
I'm sorry.
Gareth is
okay, so he stays on the bridge.
Gareth is going to use the rest of his movement to put himself in between the bearded devil and Evelyn, and hopefully get a little bit of cover from Homie's friend.
Okay.
Using the bearded devil.
Cool. And I decided the other people who were running around with you guys, the lady and her 2 children, are kind of hunkering back away from the bridge at the moment, so you don't have to worry about them right this second. Okay, Gareth, is that the end of your turn?
That will be the end of Gareth's turn.
All right, Tessina.
Tessina is going to do something awesome. She is going to... she's going to say... Gareth, what a good idea! And she's going to run up, and I don't know if you're feeling this, so you just tell me.
Okay.
Can Princess Slobberchops use her action to, like, help Tessina with a shove, so that Tessina could roll her strength check that she gets -1 to with advantage?
That's fine with me. Yeah, maybe Princess Slobberchop is like clawing at the devil's eyes to blind it. And so it's like a mass of Tressum wings and claws.
Okay, so she rolled a 10.
All right. He rolled a nat 1. So he rolled a 4. Okay, so Tessina, your really good idea. You run up, shove the bearded devil with all your might. With Princess Slobberchop's help and a sparkly glint from Ilona, he falls off the edge of the bridge and plummets 500 feet toward the ground. I was going to give him another like dexterity save, but with his nat 1, I decided that he just won't get one. Wow.
We're pretty formidable.
Tessina, would you like to use your bonus action?
Yes, please. I would like to... I don't have a bonus action. So she's going to I think Tessina's character would go up and look over the edge and watch for a second, and then she would use whatever movement she had left to kind of slide back a little bit.
Okay. He's falling still. I don't know how long it takes. I'm sure we could do the math, but I don't know how long it takes for somebody to fall 500 feet onto. And we have to remember too. So below Tessina, when you look over the edge, you see just two large armies coalescing and fighting one another on the ground. So while you all are fighting, there is kind of a cacophony around you, not just of your hellish environment and of the crackling of the formerly second sun, now this dark, shadowy orb, but additionally the raging battle between devils and demons beneath you.
Zeke pointed out in the chat that the bearded devil would take 50 d6 worth of damage when he landed, so...
Totally deserves that.
Sayonara. Awesome.
So, Tessina, that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
So this other bearded devil is not feeling quite so mighty, and he's going to retreat a bit.
Interesting.
Actually, I think so. I can just retreat him 30 feet right now, but he's actually going to retreat 60 feet. Which would take him off the bridge. So he's actually standing on the bridge on the other side.
Okay.
What would you like to do? He's 110 feet away from you.
Okay, cool. And he doesn't... Is Evelyn have anything for...
For 100 let me see if she has anything that will reach that long. I can't remember if... good call. Evelyn says, I got it. She runs 30 feet forward. We'll move him back in a second and cast a moonbeam. Let me see. Uh-oh. Okay, she's going to cast a moonbeam at 3rd level. It's her last 3rd level spell. Is that okay?
Oh, I don't know. Because Tessina's got something that she can do at a heck of a range if she wanted to save her 3rd level spell. But it's your character, so you just tell me.
Yeah, I think Evelyn kind of preps to do it and then says, oh, wait. She has 1st level spells, no more 2nd level spells. So I think she'll hold on to it.
Tessina's got a cantrip.
How long is the range on your cantrip?
She's got warlock stats right now, so she's got Eldritch Blast. It's 120 feet.
That's awesome.
I think she goes, not so fast. And it's a bolt of black, but it's got kind of like pink sparkles coming off of it. So let's see. Let's see if she hits. Nat 20.
So cool. Okay.
Tessina's the hero of this fight, right? Like she's just at long range, kind of adjusting for wind a little bit.
Princess Slobberchops yowls in delight.
Princess Slobberchop's blood rage. So much damage. This is a 7.
So really fast with your Eldritch Blast, does it go up at 5th level?
Oh, snap, it does.
Okay, did it roll? I'm just not positive it rolled your damage correctly because it just rolled 1d10.
5th level. So I make a separate attack
so she
roll.
Okay. You want to go ahead and do that? And then, so this should actually be 14. Am I right?
Correct. So then her second one was a 12.
Oh, I don't think that hits. It's by 1. I'm sorry. But the 14, the bearded devil loses half of his beard. Phew! You sling it right off. He drops his glaive. No, he'll hold his glaive. But anyway, he's like running as fast as he can away from you.
Okay, I didn't want to do this, but we don't want to leave him.
Okay.
Can Gareth try
What do you want to
something?
do?
He's got, at 120 feet, he can do a guiding bolt.
Okay.
It's a ranged spell attack. Here we go.
Here we go.
14 to hit.
That hits.
For 18 points of radiant damage.
You killed him! Gareth, what does it look like when you kill a bearded devil with just a whole bunch of radiant damage?
I think that Gareth kind of steps up behind.
Do you need a...
Mosquito dead.
Thank you.
I think that Tessina is like, and then she like kind of furrows her brow, sticks her tongue out like on the side of her teeth, and tries to get another one. And before it hits him, Gareth kind of walks up behind her and puts a hand on her shoulder, and kind of behind her back, kind of guides in. I like to think of it like this guiding bolt is kind of a flaming hammer falling from the heavens.
Okay.
And it's kind of directed by Gareth a little bit, like kind of guiding it in, almost like laser guided missile style. And it just clobbers the dude and he goes flying, and he might try to make Tessina feel like she totally did that with her second Eldritch Blast.
You need to roll a performance check.
Excellent shot, young witch.
Thank you. I feel really empowered after being in the Witchwood, and
it's literally shooting out of you.
Aim and awesomeness.
It's true. Well,
come on, little children and mother. Where do we go now?
I think the High Hall is the big building over here.
The one that looks bad?
Yes, we're going right into it.
Honey, I can pull up the map if you want me to.
I'm getting really good at folding this one, though, so...
Okay. So before you all reach the High Hall, I need you to roll... Oops. I need you to roll a d10 for me.
A d10.
Mm-hmm.
How about a 7?
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. And then go ahead and roll. I want you to roll a perception check, and I want you to describe to me kind of how you guys are how are you traveling through the streets? What does it look like?
Gareth is going to roll a perception check. He rolled a 21.
Okay.
And I think that they're going to be sticking as close to, or just like if there are shattered buildings, they might, duck inside. I think they're moving cautiously but quickly. So I think kind of hunched and keeping a lookout and trying to put out feelers, but we're also trying to go because we get the feeling that the longer that we're exposed to the nasty out here, the more company we might attract.
Okay. So as you go, you see down one of the streets a Narzagon. Right before Tessina kind of grabs the back of your... Gareth, do you wear a cloak?
Gareth... I don't know if he's a cloak guy.
Okay, Tessina grabs the back of something and kind of pulls you closer to her. Princess Slobberchops hisses, just, there's something coming. And you hear, and you kind of, on top of the horse hooves that are slow and methodical, you hear burbling flames, which, Gareth, for you is, of course, a very familiar sound. But you see a gray-skinned knight with snarly fangs functionally and glowing yellow eyes riding atop a nightmare that's heavily armored, and they're just kind of stalking through the streets. And Tessina says, I don't know exactly how I know this, but we need to hide. We cannot fight that.
Yes, it looks quite serious. If I look around, do I see a place? Do I see a place where they could duck in and hide and get out of its way? Does it seem to be like going to a particular place, like it's got a mission or something?
Roll either a perception or insight check to kind of get a read on what it's doing. And then you can roll a group stealth check with advantage either for Tessina or for Gareth.
Okay. Gareth's going to roll an insight check to detect its intentions. He rolled a gentleman's 10. And then a group stealth check.
Did you roll with advantage?
So 14 with advantage.
Okay, yeah. So Tessina kind of pulls you all into rubble, and you've been kind of darting from rubble to rubble as you go. And so it's not too hard to find. Gareth, with your 10, you don't know what exactly he's searching for, but you know what it looks like when someone's on patrol. And so he seems to be just kind of checking the streets for something. And after you guys have hidden for about a minute, he kind of perks up in the saddle, digs his heels into the horse. You see embers kind of burst off of its sides, and it canters away deeper into the city.
Was it Tessina or Evelyn that told me that she thought that we should not deal with it?
It was Tessina.
That beast, it was astride. What was that? I have never seen a mount so consumed.
I don't. And then Evelyn kind of chimes in. A nightmare.
What does that even mean?
Unicorns that have their wings ripped off and are tortured and go insane in the process become nightmares.
Do you think it's beyond saving?
I think it's really cute that you want to save it.
All right, I get it. Let's go.
I think the real question is, how soon do you want to see your son?
As I said. When we're kind of like waiting back to make sure that it's gone, can I have talked to the survivor lady?
Huh? Yeah, sorry. Let me find her name. You totally can.
Excuse me, ma'am. I know that you've been through a lot.
Sorry, her name is Harkina.
Harkina. Oh, yeah. Harkina Hunt.
Yes.
Where is everyone? Is that a stupid question? It seems... I mean, you're here. Where are the others?
I just know what it was like on the east side. It's the last few days have been quiet. When I ventured out before, it was terrible. A few people I saw from beneath the tavern attempted trades with the devils for just items, families ripped apart, people ripped apart. I know that a few people have been trying to make their way to the High Hall. So if they've been successful, then that's where they are.
These people that tried to treat with the devils, were they immediately brutalized, or did the devils parlay with them?
I didn't want to see really what happened. They talked for a little while at least. They weren't immediately slaughtered. I saw these other beings. They still felt terrible, but they didn't look quite so calm, maybe, or not quite so organized. And they just tore through. They didn't speak or stop for anyone.
If you see any of those, will you please point them out to me specifically?
Okay.
Right, I think the thing has moved on. Let's go.
Okay. And Gareth, go ahead and roll one more perception check for me.
A gentleman's 8.
Okay. You also, as you're walking through and trying to navigate the streets of Beacon, it's endlessly striking to you, I suppose, how it's so much darker than you've ever seen the city streets. Half the buildings have been shattered. There are scorch marks everywhere. Every block or two you see kind of piles of corpses or what seem to be the remains of people, so scraps of clothing or shoes. You don't see very many weapons laying about. You don't see very much evidence of food. But it seems like the few weeks and the negative planes have taken this wholly beautiful city and just really, really corrupted it. And as you walk, Harkina talks. Tessina's walking with her little kid, so then after that point, she's able to tell you a little bit more. So she describes seeing people banding together to join.
It happened. Yeah. It's... Oh, there it goes. So we just need to give it a minute. It's trying to reconnect.
You haven't moved for me.
Oh, hey, you're back. That was fast.
Okay. Okay.
So
are we back on the stream?
No, it's still disconnected right now, but it's attempting.
Okay. What was the last thing I was telling you?
The last thing that I heard was that people were banding together.
Okay.
There we go.
Are we back?
Yes, it says that we're back. Do you want to refresh your Discord? It gets really mad when we try to transition anything. Oh, the music is different.
Is it working now?
So your Discord is coming back.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that changing the song would make it mad. I thought it was just when we changed the screen.
Yeah, if we do anything, it gets mad. It's reconnecting.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
I don't think they can hear. Stream is disconnected.
I feel so silly.
You should not feel silly. And your Discord is just squares.
Do you want me to hit refresh again?
Yes. Because now
Okay.
it says that we're back. The joys of streaming all the things. Here we go.
Are we working now?
Okay, I think we're back.
Sorry, everybody. Okay. So Harkina describes seeing people banding together and approaching the devils with offerings. So, and she gets more and more upset as she describes this. So, with some of the different bands, while she and her sons were hiding, she saw, one band attacking another and dragging them off to give to the devils. Other people being led away in chains after they've been discovered in a basement at the building next to hers. Those kinds of things. So she doesn't want to kind of recount these stories in front of her children, but she does describe for you kind of the weeks of this previously holy, devout, light-filled city kind of succumbing to the darkness of the negative plane as people fight one another and the devils to survive. And Gareth, roll a religion check for me too, please.
And he's got a follow-up question for her too.
Okay.
18 on my religion check.
Okay. As she describes the difference between the groups that the groups have been trying to kind of work with, or the bands of people that she saw trying to approach the devils, you can kind of parse out the difference between a few raiding hordes of demons and organized patrols of devils moving through the city.
Makes sense. He had such a good question for her. Oh, Harkina, what are the people... I know you haven't had lots of contact with anybody, really, but what are the people saying? What do they think happened?
What? Why we're here?
Yes.
She's kind of points up at the now black second sun and says, "Oh, Aluna abandoned us." Or sacrificed us or something.
Harkina, don't give up your faith so quickly. It's a little bit more than that.
You just arrived, so I'll let that go.
We continue on.
Okay. You continue on and approach the steps of the High Hall. Yay! There were lots of horrifying encounters that you could have had, and you guys really lucked out with some of the chillest of the options, which is probably good.
We ain't scared.
Because things are going downhill really fast. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Uphill, up to the High Hall.
You are going uphill up to the High Hall. This clifftop castle was once the crowning architectural jewel, I can't say those two words in a row, of Beacon. Only 3 of its 5 watchtowers still stand, though they appear to be abandoned. The wooden gates that once led into the castle grounds have been shattered, leaving a gaping hole in the wall. The west side of the castle has been reduced to a pile of smashed brick and broken wood. The surviving buildings are blackened by soot. At the center of the castle grounds, the High Hall Cathedral stands defiant. Do you want me to just switch us over to the High Hall map? We'll all just cross our fingers as we move our little selves over.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Everybody hold your breath for the internet. We're all still here.
except for our characters. Let me go grab them. Sorry. I think I left you guys over here. Yeah.
And, Honey DM, this space is one that Gareth is familiar with, right?
Yes. Are you asking for something in particular?
Yeah, so does Gareth know we're inside the High Hall? We're approaching, this is the cathedral, you said? Or this whole
Yes.
thing is the High Hall?
My understanding is that it's the High Hall Cathedral. So I think that the High Hall was here. Let me look at the. Do you care if I take us to the map for a second? Or is that going to upset the thing?
I mean, it's...
Let me just glance at the map to make sure. Okay, so I think that it's basically you have a hilltop with a castle. And so, but the castle is kind of around the cathedral. It's a little bit confusing, but kind of from the overhead view that I have from the resources, it was a castle surrounded by 5 turrets. So like kind of 5 guard towers, 2 of which have been smashed. I will tell you, I don't know if Gareth can tell by looking. They were smashed by a meteor. He would have been able to see a little bit from above. And so what remains of the castle is the cathedral. We had the really cool picture.
I love that picture.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's smoldering. It looks terrible. Did that answer your question?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And it's hard to tell what time of day it is, as they're not the normal light cycle, but you guys have been traveling for, it feels like a while. I mean, several hours to traverse to this point of the city. It would take you a couple hours to get from where you were to here under normal circumstances, and under these circumstances, it's even more strained.
Okay, and as we approach, we go through the smash. I got hit by a meteor. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we go through the smash bits, and
So the smash bits are on the other side.
Okay. As we approach, do we see movement or devils or anything?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
By the flame of the forge, I hope I see if there are any devils over there. Oh my god. Oh my Vulcan.
And are you trying to move stealthily?
So I rolled a 9. And yes, I think we're just like kind of low but fast.
Low is smooth and smooth is fast. Why don't you roll a group stealth check for me?
Does a group stealth check mean Gareth's -1 with advantage?
Yes, or we can roll individually and average them.
So, terrible.
Okay.
I rolled a 7. I think as Gareth gets closer, he's like kind of going low and fast, and then as he gets closer, he starts kind of like standing and like realizing his son is almost here. He says, he sees a boulder outline that kind of looks vaguely Patrick-esque. Patrick!
Poor little buddy. Okay. No threats reveal themselves to you besides stones that are shaped like your son as you enter the castle grounds. Once inside, so once you get kind of just before the steps, lying on the 2 bottommost stairs, you see 2 humans in plate armor dead on the ground near the shattered gate, blood still oozing from bite wounds at their neck.
So, wait, where are they? I'm sorry.
Here. Just in front of you. 2 dead bodies.
Here.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can we... Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay.
Can you what? You don't see them yet.
Okay.
You will in 1 second. 2 bodies
Are they
bleeding.
beacon?
They're dead.
Beaconites?
2 Army of Light soldiers.
I guess Gareth is going to see them and go to them and check them out to see if there's any way that he can help them, or if they just happen to have something that's useful.
Okay, Gareth, why don't you roll a medicine check first? I'm going to change this back to the sketch music in 1 second.
18 for my medicine check.
Okay. So Gareth, as you make your medicine check, as you kind of check the bodies, you're relieved to find that neither of the soldiers are Patrick, though one of them is a young man his age. Your heart kind of stops for a second as you're checking to see if this is your boy or not. And 2 snarling figures, 2 hellhounds, appear on the castle steps, growling down at you, and you see amid this spit kind of dripping off of their fangs that it's red with blood.
So as Gareth sees this happening, and he's checking out the 2 bodies, he's gonna I think one of the rites of Vulcan is that the departed get just a line of ash on their right cheek, and so as he kind of stands up, he'll say, rest easy, your work is done. And
that's so sweet.
Stand up to face these hellhounds. And I think that as he sees them, kind of approaching, he'll just kind of...
Cool. Really fast, I heard a crackly sound. Do we still sound okay in the chat? Or chat, do we still sound okay? I sure once or twice. I just know we've had trouble with your mic before. And I thought we would check now instead of later.
Check 1 2 1 2.
It sounds fine now. Maybe it was just in my head. Okay, and really fast, I'm going to switch our music. Cross your fingers.
Pink Sparkle says we sound good.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, everybody roll initiative.
Here we go. It's on. Oh, Gareth, too busy talking.
Oh no, Gareth.
Tessina's got her stuff together, though.
That's good. Make sure I have Evelyn selected. Oops. Okay, Evelyn did medium.
We ran the whole range.
Ah, crap. Oh, I accidentally had the other ones in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 11 and 16. Cool. So it will be Tessina, Hellhounds, Evelyn, Gareth. That work for everybody?
Oh my goodness, here we go.
Here we go! Woohoo! Tessina, star of the previous combat. It's all you.
Lying around here in this courtyard area, is there any cover anywhere, or any boulders or shattered chunks of wall, or?
Yes, good question. So here's how we're gonna do this, because I didn't want to draw a whole bunch of little blobs. You're going to roll at the beginning of your turn, let's say, roll a d20. And if it's 11 or higher, then you find something to stand behind.
Okay, so Tessina Doesn't see anything to
Can't
stand
quite
behind.
find somewhere.
So she's going to... I think she's actually going to stay put then behind Gareth. And she's going to, as Gareth says, come on. Two finger guns slide up under his arms, and each one's pointed at a different hellhound, and she's going to Eldritch Blast each hellhound. So we'll do the northmost hellhound first.
Mm-hmm. Finger guns.
Terrible. 8. And then we'll do the southmost hellhound for an 18 and 5 points of force damage.
Okay. That hits. It kind of yelps in pain up the stairs from you.
I think that's going to be her turn. She's going to stick around behind Gareth.
Okay. So the 2 hellhounds go next. Let me see really fast if they have their... Oh, wait. Why didn't I roll that? Okay. Oof. Okay, here we go. The hellhounds run down the stairs at you and your party, Gareth. Can you remind me how cones work?
So, cones.
If say you had a 15-foot cone of fire breath.
So I think it goes 15 feet out. Yeah, I don't remember. Cones are so weird.
Cool. So they can hit all of you. Right?
Sure. Terrible. Wait, we need...
I'm sorry.
Doesn't, we got some special... Yeah, Evelyn's got a tattoo.
Okay, so I need you to make 2 different dexterity saving throws.
Okay, here we go.
For you and for Tessina.
So, 14, 13 for Gareth.
Okay. And what did Tessina roll?
14 and a 20.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 26 on the first one. Gareth, you take so that's from the first hellhound that runs down the steps. You everybody takes 13 points of damage. And then I need a roll for the second one. Are you guys still up?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, everybody looks terrible, but...
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, they rolled so well. Okay, sorry. Talk to me after you take the damage from the first one.
Okay, so poor Tessina has 16 hit points, and Gareth has 33.
Okay. So the good news is, the second one also rolled 26 points of damage. But you all saved on all of your rolls, so it's you both take half damage, so 13 again. Evelyn takes half of that since she succeeded her second time. And so Evelyn takes 6 points of damage.
So 13 more points of damage, right, for Gareth and Tessina?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have made you all take a rest.
Tessina's extra crispy. Which tattoo did she
Rolling
get?
2.
Oh, the ghost step tattoo.
Will that help her right now?
No. Cool. How terrible.
Cool. Yes. So that is their turn. It's Evelyn's turn.
Oh my god, we should have gotten some fire protection or something before coming here.
Evelyn says behind you, it only helps so well. So Evelyn is going to kind of engage primal savagery, not seeing a whole bunch of options. So you see, as you saw before, her, like, she kind of grows fangs and claws, and she, like, sprints at one of the hellhounds, her little firefox starting beside her. And so she is going to hopefully make this attack, because I don't have a really good plan otherwise. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 23 definitely hits. It takes... Did it roll that right? 2d10. I roll 6 points of acid damage. It takes 6 points of acid damage.
So, for the record, Evelyn is terrifying.
She's so cool, right? For the record, I still haven't figured out a good, like, alternative to all of our lovely fire spells. I'm so bummed.
Honey, I told you we were making this campaign that playing a fire druid was going to be problematic.
I don't see why that is. I just got a fireball when I leveled up to level 5.
You can nuke those.
You can only hurt my friends with it.
The TPK machine.
Just destroy more stuff for fun. Yeah. Alas. Okay, that's Evelyn's turn. I can't even use my cool little fox to hurt things because they're all immune to fire.
Oh, okay.
But we're so cute.
We're so
okay,
cool.
Gareth, it's your turn.
Gareth is like, oh my god. So he is going to make sure that Tessina doesn't freaking die.
Okay.
So he is going to... We're going big. Well, big for Gareth.
Okay.
I'm not used to playing casters.
Right.
And especially like healing-oriented casters. I'm like, I've got to save all of my spell slots because I don't know when we're going to fight something terrible. But
right.
Spell slots are for spending, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to upcast...
I should have had Evelyn heal herself.
We're going to upcast Cure Wounds for Tessina.
Nice.
So he's like, come and get some. And then, pew, pew, and then he's like, so Tessina, a whopping 10 points of healing.
Nice.
It's terrible. I rolled a 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, it should be... Oh, is 2 your casting modifier?
Yes. Oh gosh, I was putting that in the damage column.
Don't want to do that.
So...
Okay, so it's your bonus action.
Bonus action. It's going to be great. He's going to do something awesome, which is going to be define my list of bonus actions that I can take.
No, honey. A healing word is your bonus action.
Oh, yeah, that was a Cure Wounds. Yeah.
Oh,
10
okay.
points
Never
on
mind.
Cure
Sorry.
Wounds. Should have been 18, but
now
no.
I see why you were so upset.
Okay, for a bonus...
I wish we had healing word prepared.
So he can't cast like Spiritual Weapon or something because he cast a spell.
Right.
He can only do a bonus action cantrip, and there are like almost none. Okay. So for his bonus action, he is just going to try to interpose.
Do you have a healing potion, Gareth? I think you have a horde of them, don't you?
I do have a healing. So I'll take, since we're using the rapid quaffing rules, I will take a healing potion. Thank you. I was just panicking.
I keep forgetting to ask you. To give one to Evelyn.
It says 2d4 plus 2, which is 6, plus 2 is 8. So Gareth will chug a healing potion and heal 8 points, which is good. And then he's going to get up. I think he's going to get up in the face of this other one to try to take pressure off of Tessina.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn.
Awesome.
I hope they don't get their fire breath back.
It is your turn. Me either. I rolled to see if they had it from when they killed those guys before, and they rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Tessina still looks not good.
Okay.
So... Yes. So Doug in Texas asked about the rapid quaffing rule, and so yes, we got the rapid quaffing rule out of the first Critical Role, the Taldore campaign setting book, and so we allow our player characters to take a healing potion as a bonus action, and it makes things kind of just a little tiny bit less absolutely fatal when you're playing one-on-one session.
And we do, so if you're feeding a healing potion to someone else, we do have the music, their action. But if you're taking it yourself, you can do that as a bonus action. That would be one of the things we're working on some, with thinking about adventuring companions or sidekicks, some kind of special, it'd be almost like feats that you can take. We've been playing around with some of those. And I think one of those options would be as you level up to say level 5, maybe if you are kind of healing focused or you want a healing focused sidekick or adventuring companion character, they could give someone else a healing potion as their bonus action too. But yeah, that's the rapid quaffing rules. That book has so many cool alternative mechanics, like the different death states.
Yeah, we love that. Tessina is going to this. Okay, so she's going. Okay, so the one that she hit, the one that's been hurt, is.
They've both been hurt.
Okay. So we'll just point at the south one, and she's going to do Toll the Dead.
Okay.
And she's going to say...
Does it roll?
So it is going to succeed on a wisdom saving throw. I mean, I would prefer that it fails the wisdom saving throw.
Does an 11 succeed?
An 11 fails. So it's going to take 2d12 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I rolled a 13. I rolled a 12 and a 1.
Okay, well, you got the 12. Okay. Tessina, this hellhound looks terrible. And Gareth, now that you're closer to them, you can see some kind of scars and injuries on them already. You assume from the guards that you found who are dead.
Cool. She is actually going to use her movement, if she can, to back away in case they get their breath back. Then
okay.
I don't think that I can actually back her off the map.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How far back do you want her to be?
So can we just put her down here and we'll just say that she's like,
she's her 20, whole movement away?
Let's say 20 feet away.
Okay. Princess Slobberchops, do you go with Tessina or do you stay?
She'll definitely be with Tessina.
Okay.
I think Princess Slobberchops thinks that Tessina is probably her best bet.
I think that makes sense. I'm going to put Princess Slobberchops where Tessina was, her little token, just to kind of mark so we know that they're 20 feet back from there. Is that okay? Okay. Gareth. The Hellhounds take their turns. Does a 20 hit your AC?
A 20 does hit my AC. Just barely.
Okay. So you take, how many HP do you have?
I'm not telling.
Okay. You take 10 points of piercing damage and 7 points of fire damage.
Oof. I've got 11 hit points left.
Now you tell me. Okay. Evelyn manages just barely, you kind of see over your shoulder, to dodge out of the way of the hellhound that's trying to bite at her. And Gareth, Evelyn says to you at the beginning of her turn, we need to keep them separate.
She said we need to keep them separate?
We need to keep them separate.
Gareth grimly nods at her as it latches onto his arm and he has to shake it off.
Okay. Evelyn, I'm so torn about what makes sense to try to do at the moment.
She's done her thing, right?
If you want her to just do it again?
Does it cost her like an action to...
It's an action. So sorry, she has 10 HP left. We don't have any like healing. Gareth would have given her a healing potion, right?
Totally.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna give her a healing potion. Yeah, primal savagery. Yes. Okay. 22 hits, 17 points of acid damage to this poor little fiery puppy. No, I don't actually feel bad for them. They're pretty scary. Helen kind of whimpers as Evelyn like lashes into it again. Her little firefox is like whipping around at its throat. It looks cool. You're not positive how helpful it's being. Oh my gosh. We have the worst healing potion ever, but we heal it for 6 points. Will you mark one of your healing potions off for me?
Yes.
You have like 4 more, is that right? We can figure that out later. I assumed they had a lot, and then I kind of lost track of how many you actually had.
So she just took our last one that I have noted down.
We'll deal with that in a second. Gareth, it's your turn.
This is terrible. Gareth, so the one behind us...
Both of the hounds look really bad.
Okay. It's getting down to it. Sorry, I forgot how to play this game for a second. Here we go. Gareth is going to... He's gonna smack this thing with his hammer of justice.
Here we go.
Hammer of justice coming down. 19.
That hits.
And I don't know if this is factoring in his +1 for the magical.
I don't think it... Let's see, what's your strength modifier?
It's 3.
You need to add 1 more then.
Yeah, it's 3. So it'll hit for 20 and do 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Okay. It yelps out as you strike it. Oh my gosh, Buddy's pretending to be the hellhounds behind my shoulder, like right over my shoulder, as his little teeth are going while he's asleep.
She's back here wagging and just farting. So if you hear strange popping on the thing, that's what's happening.
Yeah, sorry, everybody.
So he wasn't going to, but oh wait, yeah. I think we're gonna do our spiritual weapon because this thing is still alive, okay. Right?
It is still alive.
Ooh, so Gareth is gonna engage with it. I think that he's gonna. She said to keep them apart, so he's gonna like interpose in between the hound and the other hound, and he's gonna attack it, and then as he pulls back his hammer for another blow, it's like kind of mirrored on the back end, and he kind of like pulls it into the beast. So I'm gonna draw my hammer.
Nice. And it takes 7 points of damage from that?
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Hammer of excellence.
And let's see, Tessina, or Gareth, I'm sorry, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Wow, it's so shiny.
It's pretty shiny for a hammer.
Okay, Tessina, your turn.
Tessina is going to do something awesome. So she's back here 30 feet. She'll move to a point. I think the Toll the Dead was a really good use of her cantrip, so I think she's going to do that again. She's going to aim at the north one.
Tessina, roll a perception check for me.
A perception check.
Just before you make your attack.
11.
Okay, cool. You want to aim at the north one?
Yeah.
Okay. And it makes a con saving throw?
I believe it is a wisdom saving throw for some reason.
Wisdom saving throw. There's a 6 save.
It does not.
Okay.
So with 2d12, we're going to get all the way up to a 10 points of necrotic damage.
Awesome. Okay. The hellhound kind of yelps and falls. It looks like it's barely hanging on to its little hellhound wife, Tessina, after you told the dead.
Okay. We're disappointed that we didn't kill it. Kill it! Kill it!
Kill it! Kill it!
But she doesn't really have anything else she wants to do, so if she had to step forward at all to get within 60 feet, then she'll just kind of slide back.
Okay. She didn't have to. If you want her to stay 20 feet from where she was, does she want to back up anymore?
No, she's good.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
So what?
Oh, it's just their turn next, and so you said, "Oh, I assume that you're rolling fire breath, which is terrible."
I was. Roll some attacks. Gareth, does an 8 hit?
Please. 8 hasn't hit Gareth since he was a wee lad.
Okay. Gareth, I need you to make, let's see, 5, 10. Wait, 5, 10, 15. Oh, you're okay. So Evelyn is the only one who needs to make a dexterity saving throw. And we're like right down to it. Sorry. So Gareth, the hellhound kind of leaps at you, but you block it with your shield and dodge. And so it's like all snarly and flaming. And you can see like through the lacerations from your attacks down its body where it has just kind of simmering coals underneath. And to your horror, you hear, I don't know how to make a large fire sound, but that's as close as I got just now. Thank you. You hear the kind of fire breath sound, and Evelyn's shout of dismay behind you. 66 fire damage. Okay. It's going to be close. Here we go.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Sorry, so she made her save. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. Divided by 2 again, right? Because of her tattoo is 6.
Yes. So if she...
Okay.
I think that part of her tattoo is that she can like suck up the elemental energy and heal herself.
Oh. Okay.
I think it's a reaction.
I've been using the tattoo totally wrong. Oh, I can't use it twice, though.
Did you already use it last?
I thought it gave her resistance.
It does. It gives her resistance, but then there's also she can like.
Okay. I will look into that. I think she's gonna be okay.
Okay.
I'll look into that and make sure that I'm doing the tattoo correctly. Soon. So it smells a little crispy, but Evelyn is still up and okay. We're gonna rinse and repeat with our turning ourselves into a hellhound attack.
On D&D Beyond, you can use a reaction, and you get immunity to the damage, and you regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken.
Wow. So this is just whenever? You can use it once per...
Absorbing tattoo, fire. It is... Once this reaction is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay. I'm going to say since I used it incorrectly twice, we're just going to say it canceled out HP-wise, and then we'll figure it out. Is that okay?
Yeah. I don't mean to keep like sticking on this, but you do have the resistance, period. And then once a day, you can like heal from it, which is cool.
So you keep the resistance.
Always.
The tattoo is way more powerful than I realized. It made my subclass less silly, so that was really what I was going for. Full disclosure. Okay, Primal Savagery! Yes! 25 to hit. 12 points of acid damage. So Evelyn, with kind of this deep-throated roar, claws get longer, and she just slices across the hellhound's neck, and it falls to the ground, dead.
Nice.
And Gareth, it's your turn.
We're gonna smack it with a hammer.
Or to save on postage.
Does a spiritual weapon roll an attack?
Yes.
But I don't need to cast it again.
Right, you just use your bonus action to make an attack.
Is it a spell attack? Oops. 16?
I think so. That hits.
And then it's a d8 of force damage. Oh, 1d8 plus 2. Oh, come on. Oh, that's a 3 plus 2.
Gareth,
is 5.
you killed it. It had 5 hit points.
Yay!
Yay! How do you kill it with your spiritual weapon?
Okay. So I think that Evelyn kind of slashes and Gareth like turns around to look at it, and the remaining hellhound jumps at Gareth. Gareth throws up his shield and like kind of like as he's falling back, boops it up, and the hellhound kind of like flies through the air a little bit, and Gareth like, you know, brings his hammer down, and the spiritual weapon hammer, like Mjolnir, hits it while it's in midair, and the whole body of the hellhound bursts into flames. It's like a firework. Something really low key like that.
Yeah, like the grossest firework ever.
Yeah, they probably get all over Evelyn too.
Gee, we're being primally savage, so we like don't mind. Cool.
I imagine these like really like snake-like small needle curve point fangs, like.
Well, so with this spell, like it goes back every single time. So you would look like really. I just picture you looking like totally normal, kind of twiddling your thumbs between usages, and then like, and then you go back to normal. And you wait 6 seconds. I know that's not what's actually happening, but I just like to picture like, it's now your turn. You have 6 seconds. What would you like to do? Again, I recognize that's not what's going on. In my head, sometimes that is what's happening.
I can't wait to see that play out when Baldur's Gate, the video game, comes out.
Oh, yeah, that's how it'll look, right?
Yeah. Super excited.
I kind of thought they would like have everything roll and then play it out like all at once. Their way sounds better. My way sounds like it would take forever. That's why they write the video games. Okay, you killed the hellhounds. Oh my goodness. Now what will you do?
So does Evelyn look terrible? I think we all look terrible.
Everybody looks pretty bad. Would you like to go inside?
Gareth is going to say, what fresh hell do you think we'll find in there? Hopefully, we'll find help.
At the top of the stairs leading up to the cathedral, an archway opens into a long hall containing 8 columns. Some of the columns have been carved to represent Ilona, but the infernal magic of the negative planes has warped others to represent likenesses of a winged female guardian wielding a luminous sword. Sorry, I got a little bit ahead. I thought I was reading the description of something else. So you guys start to go inside?
Sure. We go inside.
Sorry.
Are we dead yet?
Oh gosh, you're all the teeny pieces of your spiritual weapon are coming with us. So you guys go inside. Where would you like to be inside of this kind of long? I'm going to put you right inside here. So you're kind of sheltered. And you see these rows of columns, Gareth. And this is a building that you've been to. You and your wife have been here before. And so the 2 columns nearest you, so kind of nearest the center of the temple, retain the figure of Ilona. But the others, it's almost like watching a spectrum as it kind of widens out of these twisted, darker figures with great, powerful wings. So it no longer looks like the Titan, and it starts to look like a still very cool and powerful, but also very scary deity of some sort.
And the weird skeletal scary deity is...
Not skeletal. Sorry, It's winged. It's dark, like dark cloak. One of them, it has a scythe.
And so those are the columns, right? The some of the columns.
That's what these weird column blobs are.
Okay.
I don't know why they're shaped like that, but anyway, yeah.
The 2 closest to us look like they should, and the other ones look scary.
Yes.
Okay. And the doors in front of us
closed? I
closed?
get it, because it's looped things. No. So the wooden doors leading into the grand foyer have been broken open by the invading devils and remain ajar. 4 guards lie dead in the doorways, eviscerated by one of those devil-led groups. Sorry, I didn't add all the corpses because I thought it would be confusing.
So we can see in, and there are...
You can see in.
Corpses.
There are corpses right at the entryway. So, like, let me see. Here. Oops. Here. Like, kind of right at the corners. So you had 2 at the bottom of the stairs, 4 at these doorways.
I think Gareth, to be true to his character, is going to go check to see that they're not Patrick. And so he's going to say, watch my back. And he's going to quickly go over to them and see if there are any survivors or if any of them are Patrick.
Okay. Roll a medicine check to see about rescuing them.
By the flame in the forge, Vulcan, be with me now. OMG. Wait, Seems like a bad time to use inspiration. Okay. How's a total of 5? I think Gareth is so upset.
It is upsetting. They look terrible, like intestines spilling everywhere. Sorry, I don't want to be like too graphic, but yeah, it looks. You are in hell. Like it's supposed to be really horrifying. None of them are Patrick. They are all 4 very dead.
And does it look like they've been killed by hellhounds or like by blades? Can I tell?
It looks like they've been killed by blades.
And then looking north and south down this hall, is there any movement or any...
Roll a perception check.
Perception check. Come on, Gareth. 4. Tears in his eyes. Gareth, it's all clear.
Gareth, we need to go inside now. Evelyn kind of grabs you under the arms and pulls you past the bodies before you have a chance to kind of wipe ash on them, and pulls you inside. And Tessina and the little family come right after you. So this larger room, I can describe the squiggly lines in a second. But right when you come into this room, and just for, I have a weird thing on my hand. For all the friends in chat, or the folks at home.
By the way, we have so many friends in chat right now. Yeah.
That's so cool. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. That's so exciting. We're so happy that you're here. So we decided to not use the fog of war effect where you kind of cover things up because the cathedral is lit. And Gareth knows this space, and so he kind of knows what to expect in different areas. So Gareth, do you want me to kind of set up what this room looks like, or do you want me to kind of let you know what the cathedral looks like as a whole? And I was thinking, since we do have so many friends in chat, do you want to just keep rolling? Are you happy?
I'm having a great time.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
I just realized
Yeah, I'm great.
we're so comfy. Okay, cool.
So when you say this room, do you mean this area before the squiggle lines?
Yeah, it's a huge space. And I also keep mispronouncing things, so I keep feeling self-conscious about it. So the foyer holds 2 circular stairwells, and you know, Gareth, that these lead up to a kind of mezzanine choir level. So when there are these large celebrations of Ilona's goodness and majesty.
Oh, we lost it. Discord. I don't think that's gonna help Discord right now. Yeah. OBS says we're still going. Yeah. I know. Yeah, this is great. Yes, I would love to do that. Okay. Oh, hey, our Discord's back.
Yay! Let's see. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Caroline.
Our dog is so crazy.
Buck feels left out, so he has to come see what's going on. Are we back in the thing?
Yeah, it's being weird because it is like thinking that our... Let me make sure that our... So like OBS got mad.
Are we not in this stream?
No, we're streaming, which is good. But OBS is
Okay.
mad, so it's just like projecting the...
Wait, so we're streaming just without ourselves?
That's correct.
Woo!
I think that streaming is super fun because it always introduces interesting new challenges.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Especially when you're not 100% sure at all times what you're doing. So...
Right.
Why would this think that it needs to do that, though? That's what I don't know.
Can you get us back?
I mean, like, we're back, we're streaming, but it's just showing a bunch of... It's not showing us.
Okay. Did you tell everybody we're so sorry?
I did. I think they... I mean, they're listening to us talk about it right now.
Oh, that's cool. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and roll our... Let's see. Have we taken a short rest already today? Have our people? Do you remember?
I think that we had to take a short... Yes, we took a short rest after the... Yes, we did.
Okay. While you work on OBS, I'm going to roll some hit die. Is that okay?
Yes. Hey, there we go.
Gosh, I rolled so well for my hit die.
That's amazing.
Yeah. 8, 16, 24. Okay.
So, I don't want to say that I'm a technical genius, but...
Say it away. Are we back?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay.
Sorry.
Pink Sparkles assures us that they're standing by, and the technical difficulties are part of Twitch charm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're rolling hit die over there?
I rolled them. I did so well.
Wait, are we taking a short rest?
Oh, sorry. I just was getting ahead of myself. Evelyn and I are taking a short rest without you.
I thought we were in the middle of raiding this cathedral. Okay, so what are we looking at? We had the two things that go up the mezzanine.
2 spiral staircases. Okay. I'm going to just describe kind of what's going on in the cathedral as a whole, because we're going to be here for a hot minute. This is a huge space, too. I'm sure you can tell that from... This is, like, the largest map that we've... I think... Okay, with one exception, the largest map we've worked with so far. But this is a really, really huge space. So each of the 3 levels... Oops. Oh, yeah. You know there are 3 levels, so I'm not spoiling anything. It's at 20 feet higher than the one below it. Rooms in the cathedral are 15 feet high and have 8-foot-high doorways connecting them. Most of the doors are made of iron. And then everywhere within the cathedral is brightly lit by continual flame spells cast on wall sconces. And just as you kind of look around, Gareth, most of the windows have been shattered, but there are still some that you saw kind of as you approached that have defensive shutters closed around them. And then this is the part that I thought was the coolest. So there's all this art about Ilona and deities of light. So there's this really cool mural of Vulcan that you like on the catacomb level of the cathedral. But you notice as you kind of step inside that something is not quite right with some of the murals. So once decorated with beautiful paintings, statues, and other works that depicted the strength and valor of Beacon's people, the cathedral was magically transformed when Beacon was pulled into the negative planes. And now its artwork is a testament to the devil's superiority and strength, showing scenes of mortals succumbing to temptation, dying at the hands of fiends, and suffering eternal torture. When viewed, these images shift and swirl unsettlingly. Dun dun.
Sounds very heavy metal. I love it.
Sorry, so Evelyn pulls you through these wooden doors, kind of pushes you against the wall, grabs Justina, grabs the little family. We need to rest.
My boy
before
could
anything
be
else
in
attacks
here.
us. Well, he's been in here all day.
Well, we're just gonna rest out here in the open.
We can go somewhere.
What's up?
Carolina, there's not actually a problem. Oh, good. I'm being protected. Okay. Where do you want to go?
Does Gareth know of a place that he thinks would be not hellacious? Ha! See what I did there.
So Gareth, right to the north or to the south, they are twisted from how they used to appear, but there are kind of sets of columns that you all could shelter between that would give you a really good indication before something arrived. Does that help?
These up here, is that the
Do you see these blobs?
windows that you're talking about?
Yes.
And then these
I was talking about
blobs or
these
something?
columns. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the blobs are columns of some kind. I'm so sorry. I can't figure out what the squiggles are. I don't know if they're curtains. Sorry, I should have just made a decision about what they are. But do you guys want to shelter up here?
I think curtains make sense. Curtains of skin.
No.
So...
It's a cathedral. I feel like it would be open, you know? So I thought maybe this was the balcony, like kind of where it overhangs and then it opens up above, is what made more sense to me.
And real quick, in this large space where there's not anybody happening and we don't hear anything, like, oh,
You don't hear anything right now.
My dad is here so I don't die.
You do not hear Patrick calling for you.
And, okay, so I was also thinking about, would it be more or less safe? Would it be more safe or less safe here? Or we might, like, if the spiral column is kind of tight and close, we feel like we could kind of hide in there and rest a little bit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I think
You want to hide in the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Evelyn kind of collapses on one of the stairs and just closes her eyes for a minute.
Okay, are we taking a long rest or a short rest?
I was assuming you were taking a short rest.
Okay.
Is that okay? What do you want to do?
I mean, Garrett does not want to wait for 8 hours, right? Like, it's not what he's wanting to do. I mean, we could use it, but...
I was assuming you were taking a short rest.
Okay, we'll do short rest.
Okay. Evelyn and I already rejuvenated our hit points. We're feeling a lot better.
I cannot believe the garbage that Gareth keeps rolling.
I rolled 3 8s. I was so proud of myself.
So...
I just hit a button. I didn't actually really accomplish very much, but still.
It's pretty huge to roll that well.
Yeah.
So Gareth heals 16. And Tessina is going to...
Sorry.
24 plus 7 is 33.
Wow.
So she is on, like, she takes a quick cat nap. Princess Slobberchops does makes some biscuits on her back as she's like, she wakes up.
Biscuits.
She's like, yeah, the kitties, you know, they do the noozly paw thing.
That's cute.
Making biscuits.
I've never had a cat. I don't know.
Honey, when we get Buck a cat, then Then you'll see. Then they see. So Gareth looks terrible, but everybody else is like, just. Oh, also Gareth's max HP has been reduced by 10 from that infernal wound.
Wait, let me double check that really fast before we move on, because I thought that it's because it's still a long rest. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think that he's also he's gonna wake up still feeling terrible. He might burn another cure wounds. Okay, here we go. Come on. 14.
Wow.
So that was way better. Okay, we feel less like we're about to fall over and die. Do we hear anything in the mezzanine since we're in the stairwell?
Roll a perception check.
I will roll that perception check. Perception. 19 for Gareth.
Okay. Are you waiting on me?
Uh-huh. I said 19 for Gareth.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you. I was double checking who or what was on the mezzanine. Okay. Really fast. Let's just lay out the situation.
Okay.
So Gareth, you are inside of a large cathedral that has been under siege for an extended period of time. And you can kind of see the different way that the brunt of these attacks have been concentrated on the cathedral over the last several weeks. But, seeing bodies kind of on the street, especially of people from the Army of Light on your approach to the cathedral, gives you an idea that fiendish forces have used this as a place that they're trying to infiltrate over the last several weeks. So for how the floors work, in the room ahead, the kind of really large part of the cathedral, there's a raised dais and that's what this diamond-ish thing is, altar to Ilona. There's a catacomb level and this mezzanine level. Towards the end of your long rest, luckily, you do hear raised voices and kind of actually your perception check was a 19.
Yes. Right? Yes.
So you hear let's see, bellowing and gibbering voices coming from they sound like humans, but it's not a language you've ever heard, and you don't think that it's a language really at all. Voices on the mezzanine level. And you hear, do you speak Infernal?
Gareth. Does Gareth speak Infernal? He speaks Celestial, but...
Of course he does.
Tessina speaks Infernal.
Okay, so Tessina, you hear, quiet down, you. This really deep guttural growl from a fiend of some kind. And the mezzanine level, Gareth, you just hear a something.
That was awesome.
Thank you. From the mezzanine, so you can't tell what is being said, but something is up there, and several somethings. You hear kind of footsteps. It's not the most subtle group ever, so you definitely know there are people up on the mezzanine level, so you may need to move.
Okay, and when you say people, you don't mean like, golly gee, I wish my dad would come save me. You mean more like, bleh.
If Patrick's up there, something terrible has happened to him. It doesn't really sound like Patrick.
Okay. So we will... Oh, Tessina is going to get Princess Slobberchops to very stealthily go and peek up at the top of the stairs. And Tessina's going to use the find familiar thing to see through Slobberchop's eyes. So that we can like do a sneaky surveillance kind of thing.
Nice. Okay, so Tessina, why don't you roll a stealth and a perception check?
7 for Tessina's stealth.
Okay.
Oh my god. And a 5 for her perception.
Okay. Oh, sorry, and roll that perception check with advantage.
For a total of 6.
Okay. Also confirm looking at my other map, the squiggles seem to be like a line. I'm not totally sure still. Okay. So Tessina, you see one of these little purple dragon spine devils leading 3 human brigands on a rampage across this mezzanine level.
And these brigands seem to be aligned with the spine devil.
Yes. They, watching them, Tessina, they do not seem to be speaking in, I don't know a nicer way to say it. They don't seem to be speaking an intelligent language. So they seem to have been driven mad by maybe the control of the spine level, maybe the trip to Avernus. You're not totally sure. Their movements are erratic. They look to be in like moderate health, but it doesn't look like they've been taking really great care of themselves under the command of the spine devil. And it keeps kind of gnashing and lashing out at them, not hurting them, but it's frustrated by their kind of stomping and staggering around.
So we'll withdraw as quickly as possible.
Okay. Yeah, as you do, you all hear a roar of frustration on behalf of the spine devil. Not that it's seen you, but it's roaring in frustration at its unsettled little friends that it's been sallied with. Okay.
So
where...
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering where you are trying to go.
So this might be a stretch, I don't know. But is there a spot, I guess, actually, because Gareth left Beacon before Patrick was born, is that right? Or am I
thought you grew up in Beacon.
I grew up in Beacon. Where did Patrick grow up?
I
thought mostly Respite.
Mostly Respite, but I mean, he's what, 18? So you could have spent the first 8 years of his life in Beacon and then the next 10 in, or I guess, what would that be? 9, 8, and 1 year back?
Yeah. Okay, so is there a place in this cathedral that was of particular importance or significance to Gareth and Patrick? Like a spot that, like, this is our pew, this is our seat, or this is our place where we... I don't know. Like, you tell me, DM.
So what I would say... there is a... let's see. There were residence houses where I think you had where you as a boy had an uncle who stayed that are in the kind of northeast and northwest corners, like how you access them of the cathedral, but you're not sure that those places survived. Can I tell you instead kind of how the how to get from one place to the other in the cathedral? Would that be more helpful? Okay. Yeah. So, Gareth, because this is a time of war in Eldura, that by the altar and this kind of huge altar in the center of this cathedral, that there is a secret door on the back side that leads to the catacombs. So in terms of places in the cathedral where people can be, there are catacombs, there's this level, and there's the mezzanine level. So you can hear the creatures on the mezzanine level. As you kind of run, will you go ahead and roll one other perception check for me?
Perception, okay. 18 for Gareth.
Okay. Let me roll for them really fast. Gareth, you also hear to the north. I'm going to take you there for a second, just so you know where it is. Gareth won't know exactly this much, but you hear other footsteps. They just rolled really terrible on their stealth check. You hear other beings kind of coming from this northern central area around. They're coming from one of the private chapels, which is here. That's what we'll say these curtains are. That they're coming from the private chapel to the north and moving towards the central altar.
So they are going this way?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, so you guys are running from the people upstairs. Where are you trying to go?
I suppose Gareth is going to go over here, and if he can peek behind this curtain, depending on how much...
It's not a curtain.
Oh, what is there nothing there?
Sorry, so that's where the balcony line is above, is what I've decided that it means.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like the curtains would have caught on fire by now and the whole thing
would have, that makes sense.
Crumbled.
Cool. So I guess that, we'll go around this side and we'll see what we see.
Okay, so Gareth, from this position, you do see one cultist from kind of just around. There's a drawn curtain on the other side of this pillar. So you see them kind of coming out of one of the private chapels. And he's kind of elbowing the guy next to him. He doesn't seem to see you.
Okay. We're not looking for a knockdown drag out if we can help it. So
okay.
Carolina's eyes are itchy.
Oh no.
So what we'll do is I don't know if we can, but if we can, then we'll if it seems like they're going down here, then we'll mirror them on this side for right now.
Interesting. Okay.
And if we can get behind them, coming back down here, once they're over here, then maybe we'll try a sneak attack option. Because Gareth is super stealthy, so this is a great plan. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, why don't you roll your group stealth check then?
Is this with advantage for the group, but with Gareth's -1?
Yes, is that okay with you?
Yeah. How about a 15 total?
Okay. So, weirdly enough, Gareth, it's one of the sneakiest you've ever been in your life. They don't seem to hear you. Princess Flower Chops flies on silent Tressum wings.
Can we get all the way around?
Yeah, let me move them 30. Yeah, so do you want them to be kind of right behind you?
Yeah.
So you're in a little square.
And will you tell me what this is?
Yes.
It's like an altar?
Oops, sorry. Yes, I will. Sorry. I missed. Oh my gosh. I accidentally moved the wrong. I was trying to move my little dude. You can't see. Giving everything away. And then I accidentally moved one of the markers instead. So that is. Okay. So, Gareth, you know that these areas can be curtained off for small parties. Small private ceremonies, small parties. Woo!
Alona, getting drunk on the light.
Each of these chapels contains the bodies of dead guards, as well as the foul remains of infernal creatures that died during the initial attack on the cathedral. The columns at the north and south ends of each area have stone altars set before them. So it is a stone altar. As you get into this, as you kind of look at the large collection of bodies around this room, roll a perception check.
A whopping 6.
Okay. How'd Evelyn do? Perfect. Okay. Evelyn kind of elbows you and points, and you see one body that's kind of lying really still, but its chest is slowly rising and falling among the corpses.
Oh, goodness.
It's not a fiendish corpse. It looks like a person.
Okay, good to know. And this lot, what are they doing right now?
They are, as far as you can tell, they seem to be on some sort of a patrol. And so they're going to keep moving south. Let me just double check the altar really fast. So the central altar is on a raised dais in this broad hall. It's made of beautifully polished teak wood, and it takes the form of kind of a crown in the middle that Ilona is famous for wearing. Kind of like Ursula's crown in The Little Mermaid, but maybe not quite so pointy.
Cool.
But yeah, they're just moving further south. I'm sorry, I want like more to be happening, but I also know you guys are really hurt. And so what is it that you want to do? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're strapping. Okay. Gareth is going to... Oh.
Sorry, I moved them for their turn. Are you guys just gonna like wait for a minute?
Okay. If they do, I feel like if I move into this space, they're gonna like just turn around and see me.
They might.
All right. Screw it. We're gonna.
Making matters easier. They're gonna start to go this way. Okay. And Gareth, while this is happening too, there's still like every once in a while the ground kind of rocks beneath your feet, either from an explosion from the former second sun. Some of them they've got those things I never remember the name of with the arms that throw stuff. Trebuchets. There's some trebuchets outside striking the cathedral. Bodies everywhere, which our lovely map does not really allow me to display.
So Gareth is going to go over to the dude that's breathing shallowly, and he's going to check him out.
Okay.
And just like lean down next to him real fast and say, are you still here?
Yes. My name is Seltern. Are they gone?
No, come with us if you want to live.
All right. What are you sent from the future?
Just
I couldn't help
come
it.
on.
I'm sorry.
So we're going to quickly and stealthily try to make our way to the altar.
Okay.
And if we get into a scrap, we get into a scrap. We're looking for the door, the secret door to the catacombs that Gareth knew about.
Okay. Seltern hands you, Gareth, a few good berries. And kind of disperses them among your party.
Is Seltern a priest or an acolyte, or what is he dressed
as? So as you get a closer look at him, he's wearing dark green robes and kind of a belt tied around his waist and has a staff.
I look at Tessina sideways, one of your people.
She thumbs over to Evelyn, who's kind of like... So Gareth, the secret door is here. You know that on the backside of the altar, there's a lever. You also know that when you pull the lever, it's going to make a sound.
Okay.
And as you approach this area, you hear gung, gung, and weirdly, this is my favorite group of the things that are roaming around the cathedral. A barbed devil named Dreb marshals a pack of 6 giant crabs through the cathedral. So you see these huge crabs kind of tottering. The white Abishai leading the cultists is like yelling at the crabs, like, could you be any louder? Tessina, you hear all this and you can relate to everyone later. Dreb finds this to be very rude as the crabs have been practicing their tiptoeing skills. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make this silly, but like, I want you guys to survive too. So it's maybe a little bit more chill than it should be. We'll have plenty of time for combat whenever. These guys have... You see the crabs coming.
Don't tell me you're putting on the kid gloves. I mean, surely we can fight some crabs.
I am putting on kid gloves. Just a little bit. You're going to have to move. Aha! How about that? You don't want to fight all the giant crabs.
I have a crab smash hammer.
Okay, well then... What would you like to do? You see the crabs coming. All my people are rolling they have rolled 3 nat 1s for their perception checks so far. The crabs haven't seen you yet. They're too upset. What would you like to do, Gareth?
Gareth is going to go over and gesture for everybody to come with him to the altar. And he's going to... throw the lever. Okay. Well, here. We'll unkid glove. You have to pull the lever as an action, and it goes... makes this really loud sound, and you hear... this super loud skittering sound, and all the crabs with their little crab eyes lock on you. Shiny! Are we in initiative? Or what are we doing? What would you like to do? You tell me what's happening. So you pulled the lever. You see the crabs. The crabs see you. Yes, a secret door has opened in the lower level of the really large altar. So I think Gareth is going to gesture for everybody to go in. I think Tessina is going to take some shots at some crabs with her... Okay. Her finger guns. Okay, sure. So let's see. Let me pull up the giant crab statistics. Would you like to roll an initiative for me? We'll do this one kind of loose. You want initiative?
Yeah. Can you tell it to me?
9.
Okay. Cool.
For
So the
Tessina.
crabs get to go. Okay, and then do you want to roll for Gareth too?
Gareth too.
Gareth rolled a 9. Okay. Barbed devil. Ugh, these ones are so ugly.
The barbed devils.
Yeah. Not that the other ones are like the most attractive thing that's ever happened, but okay. Unfortunately for you all, my crabs rolled really well.
Perfect.
So they are going to
Scuttle.
They're going to scuttle.
They have a scuttle speed.
And form up.
I think this is a nickel formation.
Well, see, they've made a crab shape with their crab nest.
Pincher attack.
The barbed devil is going to hurl flames. Gareth, does an 11 hit your AC?
It doesn't. I catch it with my shield.
Does a 22 hit your AC?
That one, I'm like, ha ha! And then it just blasts him in the face.
Okay, you take 10 points of fire damage.
Woof. Okay.
Okay, it's your all's turn. The door is open. You have a crab formation of crabs with a little barbed devil kind of fluttering right behind them.
Okay. Gareth is holding the catacomb door.
Oh, it's not flying, but I thought it might be.
I think Tessina's gonna go first.
Okay.
And she's gonna roll her Eldritch Blasts. I rolled one earlier before we were initiative. Do you want me to re-roll the 2, or do you want me to keep the one I rolled before?
Was it higher than a 15?
No, it was
not. 15 or higher? Okay, why don't you re-roll it?
Okay. So, Eldritch Blast, I think she's going to start northmost 2 crabs for an 18 and 25. 9 points and 7 points.
Those are those hit. Okay. Wow. So these crabs look very wounded. They scream out in giant crab, which mostly sounds like pinchers. Probably. Okay.
And I think Tessina, she always has like speak with animals going. And so I think she would say, I do not want to hurt you, but we are very powerful and you should be afraid of us, and probably you should kill your devil friend instead of us.
Okay, would you like to roll a persuasion check?
Yes.
Okay. And Tessina, I will say too, you've encountered giant crabs before, just because. These giant crabs look to have taken on some of the characteristics of the devil that they're following, as they have spines protruding from their shells and they smell like brimstone.
Cool. So she rolled a 24.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
And then she's going to say that, and she's going to valiantly retreat down the catacomb.
Okay. Does Princess Silverchops go with her?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Cool. Gareth?
Gareth has this space open, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. and he is going to say, "Fly, you fools!" And he's going to do Spirit Guardians as an action.
Okay.
Which is a 15-foot radius. And so all around him, these little motes of sentient flames. He like kind of smacks his hammer against his shield several times as he rushes forward, and the sparks that are coming off of his shield and hammer kind of begin swirling around him and envelop the 15-foot area. And
cool.
He's gonna cast the.
Does something happen on their turn?
They flit around. If you are good at when you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures. The affected creature's speed is halved, and when it enters the area for the first time or starts its turn there, it must make a Wisdom saving throw. So they all have to make a Wisdom saving throw on their turn.
Okay. Does a 7 save?
No.
Oh wait, let me roll for Drab. Oof, does a 22 save?
A 22 does save, but he still takes half.
Dreb.
Dreb still takes half the damage.
Okay. And what is the damage?
Come on, buddy. Oh my gosh. I hate seeing that blue.
Wait, what's this damage up here? Radiant, necrotic.
Oh. Yeah, we can take that. That makes me feel better. So 18 points of radiant damage.
Wow. Okay. So you wipe out all of the crabs. It looked like they were like halfway turned to take out Dreb, and then they all died.
I solved
it so mean.
With extreme prejudice.
Okay. All right. So goodbye to the
you're so
crabs.
Funny. Okay.
So you have just Dreb in front of you, who kind of looks at the crabs in shock, and he's really mad at his little troop that was crab shaped and its organization disappearing.
I punk him.
Cool. Garrett? Okay. Would you like to roll an intimidation check?
Oh, I mean, if you think I should.
Okay, go for it. I will tell you, Barb Devils, I don't know if have you guys fought one of them before?
I don't think so.
Okay. He looks pretty hardy.
19.
Okay. He seems a little bit cautious.
That's cool. We just want to get his head.
Move. Okay. Do you want to move anymore?
I use my whole movement. So that's my turn.
Okay. Evelyn kind of shouts to you, Gareth, are we leaving?
Go. I'll indicate that she should follow Tessina.
Okay.
If she wants to do,
she's gonna grab this person that you guys have recently acquired and kind of usher him and the lady and her 2 kids down into the catacombs.
I forgot that Harkina has been following us this whole time.
Yes, Harkina is with you too. I'm sorry I don't have a little marker for her, but I feel like the 4 markers are already enough. Okay, so Gareth, it's Dreb's turn. So he's going to go ahead and close with you.
At the start of his turn? Did we already do his thing for this round?
Oh, sorry. No, he's starting his turn. Oh, wait.
Because it's supposed to happen when they start their turn or when they first enter the space. And I don't know if me putting myself in their space counts. I think probably...
He's a really high HP character, so I don't mind letting him roll the damage again. Does an 18 save?
It does save, but so we'll do half the...
Okay, why don't you roll that Why don't you roll that damage while I roll his attack against you?
Okay. Probably everything will be fine. So 15 and half of that is 7 points of radiant damage. Has Gareth noticed that the radiant damage does anything extra juicy to them, or no?
I don't think so. Let me double check. Resistances, immunities. Surprisingly, no, it doesn't seem to do anything. You remember that, though, from your study. That as convenient as it would be for them to be extra susceptible to you and your goodness, it doesn't always seem to work out that way. Okay, so Gareth, let's see. Dreb is gonna close with you. And he slashes at you twice with his claws and hits you once with his tail. 17, 24, 14.
The 24 hits, but the others miss against my bulwark of Vulcan-powered strength.
Okay, you take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody else is headed to the catacombs.
I don't hear them screaming like, "Oh my god, we're dead!"
Right, nobody seems to be dead right at this second.
So Gareth is going to... He's going to make his attack with his hammer. We have a crazy plan. Let's see if it works. So, with his magic mace, we're going to add 1. 22 to hit for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hits.
Magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And we're going to use our bonus action to do our shove.
Okay.
So he's going to need to make
So he needs to make a contested strength check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
He rolled a mighty 7.
So I push him back 5 feet. I'm going to use my reaction to make my attack of opportunity.
Okay. Make sure you get all the things in.
Yeah. I just realized how cool this feat is. Nat 20. So 8 would just usually double the first thing because the way they do it is weird.
Right.
So 16 points of magical hammer damage.
Wait, sorry. So you rolled a 5, am I right?
So 5 on the damage die. Oh, and that will be double.
But 6.
So 13, right?
Because it's a +1. So we double that to 12,
oh, yeah, 12
plus 3.
Plus 3. Thank you.
It's 15.
15.
Okay. On it. You really kind of wailed on this guy a little bit.
Yeah. And so now that he's pushed back from us, I don't know that he has anything that can reach me, so we're going to go our movement back into the doorway of the catacombs.
Okay.
And that's our turn.
Nice. So one final toss of a flame, but it misses. So as you're slamming the door shut, a hurled flame bursts against it as you kind of slam shut the altar of Ilona, leading to the catacombs. Okay, everybody hang on. We're going to change the screen, but hopefully it won't be very dramatic. I made it dramatic here so that it won't be into the internet.
That was a smooth transition.
Thank you.
Twitch,
wait.
Crash, roll 20. We have a grid.
Cool. Sorry, I also lost track of where you just went. Secret door, H15.
Door.
Why don't you just tax the secret bar? Oh, here you are. Okay, let me go grab you all really fast because I left you behind.
I don't want to alarm you, but all I see is grid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I left our people.
Carolina, you're shedding so much. What are you doing? We're just leaving all our little puppy fur everywhere.
Where is everyone? I just copied them. Oh, this feels ridiculous. Copy. It worked before. Catacombs. Paste. Why are we pasting?
Do you need to do the right-click thing?
Oh my gosh.
There we are.
There we are. Do you see how many of us there are?
I only see the normal of us. I only see like our normal amount of people. So
why isn't it taking you to the?
Are you on a different layer, or is the map on a different layer than it should be? Because all I see is grid paper.
No. You keep telling me that, and I don't understand why. I have the thing in the right place. Catacombs. If you zoom out really far.
Okay.
Okay, let me try one more time. I'm holding in shift. I press the button.
Right. It takes us over to... I see our people. I can move our people.
Okay, do you... Yeah.
But I don't see... all I see is a sea of grid paper.
That's so weird. Maybe the map... Maybe I have the map on the wrong level? Okay, sorry. Will you move which Gareth you have again? Because I accidentally copied over our group like 4 times. Which Gareth can you see? Okay, keep him over there.
Keep my Gareth separate from
So
all the other Gareths that we
Gareth.
can't see. There's something like metaphysical and strange happening here. Gareth...
I feel so silly.
No, baby. Gareth stepped through the ethereal plane. It's like Frodo with the ring on.
Will you get rid of Garrett's little sphere?
My aura of excellence.
Okay, and I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with this map. It is a huge map. Map and background. This is the map. Layer. I want it on the map layer. I just don't...
I don't know. Do you want me to refresh my page?
Maybe I don't know what to do.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh this, and we'll see. Here we go. Loading. We got to do a little commercial. Roll20 dynamic lighting looks so cool. Ooh, we should put that as one of our stretch goals.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
So this map does look a little bit different than some of the others because there's a grid. But I'm so sorry.
Hey, I see a map now.
Cool. Okay.
It's still loading. I think it's so huge that it just like had a problem loading.
It's just taking it a minute.
Yeah,
okay. This is a huge map.
If you want to try helping me find where we are. Oh, I found us. Never mind.
Can you see everybody?
I can see everybody. Yes, now everything's here. Yay.
Okay. Yay. Okay. So you guys come down these stairs. And so, Gareth, you are in the Tomb of the Unknown Hero. This small, isolated tomb opens up at the end of a flight of broad stairs off the open central area of this level. The body of a young man lies on the bier, a gleaming greatsword at his side. And this is kind of like an Arthur figure that's just kind of laying there with their sword.
Is this, do I know his story or like... is the sword part of like the display? Can I take the sword?
It's part of the display. It is a non-magical sword.
Okay,
so the history of this person is that there was a red dragon that took over the catacombs at one point and chased out all the priests, but this one young person kind of ran in, attacked the dragon with their sword, promptly died. And so then they were laid here. It's not totally sure what happened. Some people think that they might have been an embodiment of one of the either Ilona or one of the other servants of Ilona, light-aligned deities. Their body seemed fine, but they seemed dead. And so this is their resting place.
Cool. So we give a nod to the unknown hero, thinking that that's where I'm going to end up. And then we're going to try to listen and get our bearings for what is on the other side of this. If we can be sneaky and peek, maybe we'll send Tessina. Maybe we'll find a little spot for us to lie low for a second, and we'll send Princess Slobberchops do her drone reconnaissance thing.
Also, I think I figured out. Sorry, so it takes you to age 15. This map is so big, but it doesn't make sense that you would just wind up around this person. But here's the other secret door. Sorry. So, Gareth, I moved you just a little bit.
Okay.
So you come down to the bottom of these stairs, and it branches off onto a balcony, and then there are other stairs, and then there's another set of stairs. So it just kind of keeps winding around. And then up a set of stairs, there's a Tomb of the Unknown Hero. And then general bearings wise, sorry, it's just but you know where you know what's going on with the catacombs. So to the right are the crypts. And then to the left are some more temples. There's some mausoleums. Also to the left, to the north are a few council chambers. To the south is crypts. No, sorry, mausoleums to the south.
Okay, so to the west, that's where the crypts are, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think that Gareth's instinct is going to be to make his way towards the crypts, because that's where the mural of Vulcan was, and it seems like a good place to hide out.
Oh wait, crypts or mausoleums?
I just said crypts. Should I have said mausoleums?
Okay. No, I got confused for a second. Okay. So you quietly make your way to the crypts. Roll a stealth check.
Okay. And I think that we're going to be sending Princess Slobberchops out ahead of us with Tessina seeing through her eyes.
Okay. So you send Princess Slobberchops out ahead, and you guys kind of creep through these, still well lit, but you're still very much underground, and you're thinking back to the murder dungeon that you traveled through. Princess Slobberchops is flying ahead, and suddenly Tessina grabs your arm and gasps, "Gareth, there are people up here. We found the survivors."
Gareth goes charging ahead. Where are we?
Okay, let me get you guys over here. So I'm going to put you up here. Let me reveal the survivors. Sorry. Sorry, I thought I'd already revealed the survivors. And they're not sitting in such ridiculous blobs, but they were just a lot easier for me to move like this.
I like the idea that just
Gareth,
little clay soldiers, all in a row.
So Gareth, as you all kind of step into this crypt area, you see huddles of survivors. There are lots of people crying, lots of people who look hurt. There are over 100 frightened people in this room. They cower behind sarcophagi and in alcoves, their eyes red, their cheeks stained with tears, standing before a large font. Fount? Do you think they mean fount?
I thought it was font. There's a fountain that's a font of
Doesn't it still have a U?
No, I think it's
Anyway,
just font,
a large font. Is a haggard woman, her gray hair matted with sweat. With one arm, she clutches a leather-bound tome to her chest, and the other hand, she wields a ceremonial mace that would probably shatter if it struck anything harder than a pillow. This is one of my favorite box texts of the book. So there are these 100 scared people, and there's this one woman who's kind of facing your footsteps. And, stop right there!
Peace, mighty warrior of light.
No. She lowers her.
Yes, please unbrandish
weapon.
your terrifying weapon. We've come to help.
Oh, well, wonderful. Come in.
Please, my name is Gareth Stosdak, and these are my companions, Tessina of the Witchwood and Evelyn Aurel of all over the place, really.
Evelyn Ryder.
Persephone Aurel, gotcha.
Yeah. Stozak, you say?
Indeed.
That name is awfully familiar.
I came here hoping to find my boy, Patrick Stosdak.
He's been here.
What do you mean, been here? He's not here? Gareth is looking around frantically.
Okay, Gareth, roll a perception check.
Six.
Okay. You're a little bit overwhelmed by just the crowds of people. You hear Evelyn kind of says over your shoulder, where are all the soldiers? Oh dear, I'm afraid we're rather alone at the moment. They've stepped out to, try to help, but I'm not sure if it will be enough, or how well we'll stand here. Your son accompanied the Raven of Respite. They went to the Grand Cemetery this morning, I believe.
Damn.
I've been trying to protect and take care of everyone here. We've been waiting for our guards to come back, but they, I don't know what's happened to them.
They left this morning, you say?
Yes.
Well, what is your name?
Oh, my name is Feria Jinx. We, lost all of the priests and most of the original attacks, and so these fine people have looked to me. I'm faking it as best I can, you know. I'm just trying to keep everyone together. I found this.
You're doing a great job.
She looks at her,
Might I offer you something that will
have...
definitely keep you safe, along with all of your charges?
Oh, goodness, yes. Is it too heavy?
On second thought, it really might be.
I'll find a large charge and stick them with it. Oh, hello, dear, come in. Oh, dear little boys. And she kind of welcomes, Henrik, Harkina and her children. Cool. You have, Saltern Obrench.
What a name.
So I think, seeing as it's 9:40, Gareth, you have arrived to the crypts. You found 100 refugees. The cathedral is still very much under siege. So you're going to have to make some decisions about, are you going to hope that these people can survive with the different groups and entities that you've seen roaming around? Are you going to try to arm some people and send them out? Are you going to lock things down more? You have some decisions to make before you can make your way to the Grand Cemetery to follow the Raven and Patrick. And so, is that okay?
Yeah.
So we'll have that way. We'll have a little bit of time for you to kind of think of some questions to talk to Feria, and I also Saltern will want to talk to you all at least a little bit too, or I can kind of summarize some of his conversation with Evelyn. But that will give us a chance to maybe we'll just kind of pause here. You've found the people. You found people who know Patrick, and they've seen him today.
We obliterated some giant crabs, which felt pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, clicky clacks.
Poor crabs.
I know. Now I feel bad a little bit. We found some
maybe they were
food.
being used against their will, and now they're free in crab heaven.
Yes, that's what we're gonna go with.
Yeah, or you have. They don't seem like they would be good to eat.
Yeah, because they were all infernal and scary, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Super fun, honey. Thank you.
Good. I'm so glad.
Gosh, I just enjoyed that a lot. I feel like I'm finally getting
so
a sense of how to play Gareth in combat too, like the different little things he can do, especially his attack, shove, opportunity attack combo is feels pretty cool.
Good. It worked out really, really well this time, and I'll make sure to double check Evelyn's tattoo so I can make better use of that in the future.
I found out that, I don't know if it's helpful, but on D&D Beyond, our magic tattoos are listed as items. And so
yes,
I thought, I was like, oh, I need to grab mine.
And the really cool thing is they just count as one.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have like several magic tattoos and they count as one item.
You'd be totally
which I feel like
up.
Would get really OP really fast, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, friends in the chat, for joining us.
Super
One of these
fun.
nights, I really want to do like a Q&A for you, Gareth, like after a session. So we would have a way to like pause and see if or like if people wanted to ask a question about like decisions we made during the stream. I don't know. I can't see the chat, so I can't tell if that would be like helpful or a good idea or not, but just something I thought of.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about how wonderful our patrons are again?
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful patrons. Thank you so much for sponsoring our stream. We're having so much fun, and we just really appreciate your support. If you would like to check out our Patreon, you can at patreon.com/GroveGuardianPress. We just released September's adventure, so we're continuing our Land of Vampire series, and it's really, really cool. So this one takes place in the Green Vale, and so it's kind of the last Fey forest of the land of Steimherod. And so that, for those of you who are following along in the adventure on the blog, will be released over the course of October. We try to do on Wednesdays. I got a little bit behind this past week. And patrons will have the location update and or maybe some kind of witchy mechanics along with maybe some adventuring companions specific to the Steimherod campaign this weekend.
Yeah. Okay, and don't forget to check us out on Patreon, as we said. Follow us on the social things, and don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and do all that good stuff. But that's it. We'll see you again next week at 7 p.m. For some more Tales of Eldura.
Thank you.